続けた僕を何かを救えた
Ohayo gozaimasu. Yeah, I know it's been a while, but your boy went and picked up some heat while he was away. I bought the legendary Blue Yeti for $140.
You what?
But that's really not the point. Let's just get straight into today's video. And just because I'm lazy as hell, we're only going to be covering 3 movies. First one being Kimi no Nawa, or Your Name. Second one being Tenki no Ko, or Weathering with You. And third one, I don't know the Japanese name, A Silent Voice. So let's get into it. The first anime is Your Name, and oh my god, I love this movie. This masterpiece was created by the legendary Shinkai Makoto, who is also responsible for another movie on this list, but we'll get to that later. The movie released in 2016 and is a little bit less than 2 hours long. And also, if you want to get into anime movies, this is a pretty good one to start with. But let's get into the plot. This movie is based around the 2 characters, Mitsuha Miyamizu and Taki Tachibana, and in the beginning of the movie it's a little bit cryptic. All you get to see is them staring into the sky and seeing what seems to be a comet, but that'll come to play later in the movie, don't worry. Yeah, you're not gonna see any amazing fight scenes or anything like that in this movie, but this movie simply makes up for it, which is beautiful animation, great storytelling, and one of the greatest soundtracks I've ever heard in a movie. And I'm not even allowed to use the aux cord with my friends anymore, cause mixed in with the rap you'll just randomly hear. But if we're getting back to the story, Taki growing up in the city and Mitsuha growing up in the country, they simply just get tired of their lives and they want to change a place, but they get what they wish for when they wake up one day inside of each other's bodies. They do switch back though, and they go in and out of each other's lives, and they have to set rules for each other to make sure that they don't ruin each other's lives. Yeah, everything is fine with them switching bodies at first, but near the middle of the movie, crazy plot twists just come and mess everything up. I don't really want to spoil it too much, but I'm telling you, watch this movie, it's really good and it'll have you crying by the end, I guarantee that. The next film on this list is Weathering with You, and remember how I told you another Shinkai Makoto film was on here? This is it. With this movie, I only just seen it a couple of days ago, matter of fact a couple of weeks ago, but oh my goodness, this one easily hopped into my top 5 anime movies. This movie is also a little bit under 2 hours and released in 2019 and in 2020 in the US. Now let's just get into the stuff that everybody actually cares about. The plot. Hodaka, a runaway, goes to Tokyo and tries his best to survive on his own in the big city, although this doesn't really go that well at first. To deal with this, he ends up getting a job and running into Hina, a sunshine girl. And this ends up coming in handy because in Tokyo it's been raining non-stop for weeks to months on end, and with Hina's power she can pray for sunshine, which can be the only relief for some people in Tokyo. Eventually though, they end up starting a business having people pay Hina to pray for sunshine for them, but this doesn't last long. The police end up catching on to Hodaka running away and end up chasing him and Hina, but I highly recommend this movie. It gives the same lighthearted charm that Kimi no Nawa does, so why don't you go check it out. On to the last anime movie though. A Silent Voice is a movie made by Naoko Yamada and was released in 2016 and is a little bit over 2 hours long. There's a lot of things to say about this movie, but it's definitely not a happy one. But besides that, I don't want to delay too much. Let's get straight into the plot. This story has to do with Shoya, a school bully, and Shoko, a friendly deaf girl. The girl Shoko tries her best to be friends with everybody, but is ruthlessly bullied by everyone, and Shoya is the ringleader of it all. After a while, Shoko even tries to be friends with Shoya, but he refuses and bullies her to the point of her transferring. After this all, the other people who even bullied Shoko with Shoya treat him as an outcast, and after a little time skip they meet again. But overall, the movie is really good and I highly do recommend watching it. But that's all for today. Johnny.